Hello, loved one. I trust you've been well. Welcome back to Ask a Therapist. I am happy to have you here each week. I'm also happy to have you here if you're new. Welcome to the loved ones family. Please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you and we'd love for you to help us spread the love. We are made for love. That is, we are made to be loved. We are made to love one another, and we are made to have a relationship with God. So, welcome to the loved ones family. Let us do this together. I am so happy that you are able to come and that you have been on with us for quite some time. So, we are going to look at how do I become productive. So I'll let you in on a secret. For you to be productive, you have to be aggressive about it. You literally have to fight to be on time. I know some of you can relate with this, whereby you would want to get up in the morning and you set about 5 alarms so that you can be able to make it to an appointment. You set the 5 alarms, and when you wake up at the 5th one, you find the shower is not turning on or there is no water, and you already had a time set. Or you just get up, go to work if you are taking a bus and you find the bus is late, or the one you usually get into is full, you have to wait for another one. There are so many factors that go against you. Like I said in the previous episode, that you have to make sure that you are not fighting within yourself so that you can get to actually engage and fight with the war that is without, for you to be able to win. So yeah, you've got to be aggressive. You see, naturally in the world that we live in right now, things left to themselves go to chaos. I'm talking about if you get a cup and have some tea in the morning and you don't do some chores like washing utensils or cleaning the house or taking the cup back to the sink, then you will find them there. Unless you clean up after yourself, then everything is going to go to chaos. Same goes when you buy a new car, you have to pay for maintenance. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to go all the way to so much debt that you would want to start working again or something like that. If you look at everything that we have, it is things that we have to keep correcting. So for you to be able to be productive, you have also to correct a lot of things in your life. So the first thing to productivity that might seem obvious is you need to go out and get what you need. So in short, move. You need something, go out and get it. Another thing that you need to know about productivity is that, yes, I've been saying for this is the second episode that I've been talking about war, and I will tell you about it, a little bit about it. The first thing you need to know about war is that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, taking into captivity every thought, bringing it into the obedience of Christ, bringing down every knowledge exalting itself above the knowledge of God to the obedience of Christ. So you look at it that way, it means that everything has to be taken, and it has to be taken by force. And this force is not physical, like you go and learn martial arts or Muay Thai or whatever it is. No, it is both spiritual. It is mostly actually spiritual. It is not physical. So you have got to know how to get into it and what you need to do in order for you to win, and who you need to be behind you in this war to always be victorious. So I'm talking about standing out and staying ye separate. Don't let the outside stimuli bring the war into yourself. If you need to take some time off, take some time off. I'm telling you that you will find whenever you've cleaned your house up, I mean the spirit, soul, and body, you find somebody who wants to pull you back and drag you in the mud. And this all happens when, if somebody is trying to sell you something, somebody can try to sell you fear. Yes, somebody can also try to sell you rejection. You need to be very careful. You need to know when things are not going the way they are supposed to, and you need to know when to pull back and take a breath, so that your progress is not hindered, and so that you are not left in a corner feeling like you've been defeated or having to pity yourself. You will have to work actively on it in order for you to progress and move forward. So do not let your mind run circles around you. So in as much as you are not letting the war come into you, be careful, very careful about what you say. What comes out of your mouth is very important. Your words as well carry a lot of weight. Speak where you are going. Always speak where you are going. If you need to say something negative, think twice about it, whether you need to say it or not. Do not, once again I repeat, let your mind run circles around you. You do not need to set traps with your mouth that you will need to dig yourself out of. That is what you need to be careful about. Things that you say in anger are things that you find yourself regretting later. Things that you say without thinking are things that you wonder where they came from in the first place, because you find you said something that you had not even planned you needed to say. So think twice, think thrice, or abandon thought altogether and don't do it. What matters is, if you are thinking of doing something, the really important thing is, have you done it? The action is really what matters. Do not put the cart before the horse. So what I'm trying to tell you is, most of what you think should not be acted upon, because if you do, you will find it's not something that you are proud of. It is not something that you would really want anyone to actually know that you did in the first place. So in a nutshell, that is how you get productive, by being self-aware, by knowing what you are about, by learning to filter thoughts that do not need to be said out loud, and by being intentional. Yes, I know I have said this word. I know I will say it 1,000 times by the time you keep coming back, but it is very important that everything you think about is not everything that you decide to act upon, because most of the things you think about are not worth your time. So to be productive, prepare and then act upon it. Move. If you are seated waiting for something, move. Even as you wait for that thing, move. So in short, what do I do to get productive? How do I become productive? Move. Be intentional. Be precise. Do not let the war get into you, and be aggressive. Remember, not physically. Do not fight physically, because if you do, chances are you are going to get defeated. Do not get yourself down and dirty. Do it intentionally. Do not get calculative. Just move and trust in God and keep moving and look at your goal. Be intentional once again, and be very careful about what you say. What comes out of your mouth is what could bring you more trouble than it's worth. So thank you so much for listening. Jesus loves you a lot, and I love you guys too, and I want you to be as productive as you are created to be, as it was written in your book. Have a lovely week. See you next week. This has been good, and if you're new here, of course, please subscribe. Let us spread the love together. We are made to love. We shall spread the love. We shall love, and we shall have a relationship with Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.